All right, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy, Ruler the Rod here, and today I've been playing a lot of Marvel Tokon, so today is going to be a little bit of a discussion video, and I want to share a few things with you guys if you guys plan on getting the game or if you already have the game, just to give you some type of idea or some food for thought. I've been playing the game a lot. I've made it up to diamond rank, so that's like better than most. Not out the metal lobbies yet, but still pretty high, right? If you come into Marvel Tokon expecting to play like other fighting games, you might have a hard time. It's a lot of things you got to take into consider with the easy mechanics, how easy it is to touch you, and once you're touched, like how out of hand things can get, all type of stuff. So instead of doing a review, we're going to talk about what I've learned. So the first thing is, don't try to learn everything at once. The first thing I would tell everybody getting into Marvel Tokon is to slow down, look at what's happening, learn what's happening and what it looks like, so that you can identify what it is. And you might not even know what you're looking at, but there are a lot of cues, a lot of like visual cues that they give you. So it's a team-based game. I understand it's a lot happening on the screen, and that can like seem like a lot at first, but once you've been told what it is, you can clearly identify these things. So you got your assist, you got your combo meter that tells you how much damage or how long you can do your combos, movement, you know, the dashing, all type of stuff. So I think the best thing for you to do purposely first is to get good at moving. Just moving around, getting a feel for how characters move, and try different ones. Everybody has different mobility. Some characters can run, some characters dash, some characters fly, some characters glide. So knowing all of those and what they feel like, I think is the best thing, because the answer to a good offense and defense lies within your movement. Especially in most tag fighting games, you need to have good. And yeah, why I say slow down is you also get a lot more information and you get to recognize certain things. You might not be able to respond to it when it's happening all the time, but at least if you slow down and be able to recognize what's happening to you, you'll at least be able to, you know, correct some mistakes. A lot of people, when they first play this game, and you're gonna deal with a lot of people who have one solid strong character who they know what to do things with, but the tip number 2 I would say is, don't treat this game like separate 4 characters. Stronger stuff is when you treat it as a team. Get to leave people in and know their combo. That's where the game is going. Once there are so many pros in tagging your character in versus just leaving your one character. So I know ultimately the game is going to go that way, but right now, yeah, stick to one character and learn them. And that's for like newer players. But you definitely want to bring in the assisting, switching, and that, because they put it in the game for a reason. And it's a lot of pros, but we're not going to get everything switching does do. So for now, sticking one character is okay, but don't treat it like 4 separate characters. This game, I think it's only out for console right now, or it might be out for PC too. It feels really good. It's fast, it's easy, and the buttons, when you press them, they feel really good. So that'll be like the next tip number 3 is learn why you're pressing the button, not what it just does, but why you're pressing it. If you're hitting a button in a certain situation, reason why. Maybe you've won it in a certain scenario against somebody, so you think it might happen here, or you think it might work here. It could be various things. You might try to do something that worked on your friend, and you realize that it only worked on your friend because your friend didn't have the best knowledge. But once you really get to looking at it, it's not really the best option. So you're gonna have to switch up things, hit buttons, and test them. Reason why you want to do things is because you need to build the information awareness of what's going to happen after something happens. I know that sounds a little crazy, but you get used to seeing something, you can adapt to what comes after. And you can think about the multiple outcomes of what can happen after and what people probably are going to do. Fighting games aren't usually, most likely, they aren't like a one shoe fits all type of thing. Like you can do this one thing, it's gonna work 100% of the time. Not how fighting games work. It's not how they're engineered. It's more of a rock, paper, scissors. I can do this and I can switch it up how I do it. Maybe the timing, the button, all of that. So that's why I say get used to hitting buttons and what gives you the scenario afterwards. Because if you've done it 1,000 times, you know how to deal with what comes next. Great tip right there. Number 4. Stop making combos your entire training session. Now, I think this is a little bit more of an intermediate tip. Now, hear me out. I think you got, if you're not touching training, there's the problem right there. Every fighting game, I touch training personally. I feel it. I build the muscle memory. It's good and bad because muscle memory can definitely work against you once you're on autopilot against certain people, and they'll basically punish you for having that muscle memory so strong. But going back to the original point, now I already know some of y'all are going to do this, but you're going to get into training mode, find the coolest possible practice for it, and go 2-3 hours on it, then go online. And what ends up happening is you never get the situation to where it really comes out and you use it and you like hit it the way you want to hit it, and it's like, yes, I did it. That usually does not happen like that. Situation will come to you and it'll respond, and then you do it or you won't do it. That's more like how it goes. So just don't practice your combos. You gotta actually practice your defense, especially in this game. I think in this game, the person who has the better defense clearly is going to win, because it's a lot of bullshit shenanigans like mix-ups, left, rights, up, downs that very advanced players, once y'all get there, are going to put y'all in to where it looks like visually confusing, but they are just tricky timings to get you to hit a certain button. That's really what it is. So when you're practicing, let things happen to you as well. Like, don't just practice hitting your buttons, practice putting yourself in a string, or make up a little random string, a couple random strings with the computer dummy over there. Make up a random string and then try to defend it with your main character to see if you can stop it from happening. All type of stuff like that. Training isn't just hitting your combo. Like we said, that doesn't actually help you actual match, because you'll fuck around and drop it like 8 out of 10 times. Okay, big important one. Number 6, use information. Choose to understand before you get mad. In all fighting games, this is like a universal fighting game tip. It should have been number 1, quite honestly, but think about it like this. in the very beginning of the game, I would suggest you, and this is more strategy and understanding, but in the beginning of the game, people are going to use their combos on you. They don't have access to all of their super meter. They don't have access to all of this gauge, so they can't heal you with a touch of death, or they can't quote unquote dump all their resources onto you to kill you extra fast because it's the first couple rounds. This is why it's the informational stage, and you're gathering information and you're putting information out there. Now, you can put out real information about what you have, the character you know, what you can do with this character early, but you know, that's going to probably bite you in the butt later because you did it early. Early on, I would throw out things, try to learn, maybe throw out a fake combo string that you don't really use for your damage. I would throw out a random one so that they can get used to that. Therefore, later on in the later rounds where you know, y'all both got 2 rounds and it's the last one, y'all both got all y'all stuff unlocked, full meters and all of that, then you pull out the real combo. You won't be ready for it. You get the dump, you know, and you have all the information that they gave you in the first matches, so you'll be able to essentially quote unquote make them rotate. Fighting games are huge rock paper scissors. Like, you might not know how to stop something, but if you can identify what it is at first, you practically did all the work. If I know you're gonna throw rock every time without fail, I've won. I can confirm in this scenario it's gonna be rock every time, or the past 5 times when we've got to this scenario, 4 out of the 5 times you did this same thing, probably gonna do it again. That's why I say, like, use information. Don't fully do your combo all the way. See if they're gonna bite after you stop or if they just block. All of that is information. And talk. I talk to myself in real time during matches. I suggest people to do it, maybe not out loud, but for me it helps out loud. But I can see this being a bad habit. Maybe you getting into a tournament setting, you're just, you know, blabbering and talking. If you can get a mental note where you're actively saying what's happening to you on the screen. Oh, this person goes crouch a lot, or this person likes to grab a lot, or this person likes to guard a lot. Once you actively have made it a footnote in your head, you know, you can adjust and adapt to it. Them do so. So it's a pretty good tip. Always gather information. And then yeah, like number 6 is take it one game at a time. You're not gonna be the best. Take losses. You can eventually be the best, but this is like a rotating door. Okay, you have a time period where you're gonna be the best, but it comes and goes. All right. You're gonna build your character. You're gonna have the one combo that you're gonna do, but eventually, after you've done it like 10-20 times successfully on somebody, you'll be like, I could try something a little bit different, because your mindset is different, your confidence is there, you're not thinking about it anymore. You're technically playing the game once you are not thinking, can I or can I not do this combo? Playing the actual game once you have decided, oh, this is what I want to do, and you know how to do it confidently. And that comes from just building your game one game at a time. Like, yeah, you might not have all the dumb combos you see on your feed or anything right now, but you can get there once you get these pieces. You just need to piece by piece. You might have the end part, but just not the beginning. Or you didn't know that this one thing that you've been doing can link into this other thing. You'd be like, oh, that's literally one more button, and now you get access to like 20% more damage because of that one thing. That defensive options are good. Understanding how to get through spam or what people are going to do with the consensus, what's generally out there. One game at a time. Take a loss as a learning period, because like if you lost to something, that means there was something for you to learn there. There's something for you to gain there. That's what's going to separate you from being a good to a great player. If you think I'm the problem, or you go back to self first to rediscover the problems you are having through an inward look, you will get much better versus blaming the game or blaming outside things that honestly aren't in your control anyway. Won't make you better. If you're blaming the game, or the game's stupid, or you chose to play the game, so the initial problem is with you playing the game, which there's probably something you're doing that's making you have a bad reaction to the game, which is all I'm saying. So choose to understand before you get irritated. But yeah, those are some of the things that I specifically have found in this game. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of clutter. It is, I think, volatile enough for even a skilled person and a not so skilled person, with all of the information that they have, can still actually take rounds. The game kind of blends the, if you want to be good and take it to a higher ceiling skill, it can. But if you want to be basic and still be effective, it can. It kind of bridges in the middle, because you can catch people off of randomly anything and do 30-40%, and all you have to do then is play the neutral game, which is a whole different thing, better, and you can still win. It kind of gives me like they say the more skilled player in fighting games generally wins, which is true, but this game kind of meets in the middle, where it's kind of like a Super Smash Bros, where I'm saying it's volatile, random enough for even the less skilled player to win. If they just lock in, or if they, do something different, or even if they spam, I think this game has that. So I like that. I think that fixes another hurdle for fighting games, period. But that's a whole different video, talking about keeping casuals and skilled or dedicated fan base players on the same game at the same time. It's a whole different video. But final thoughts on this. I think the IP is what keeps the game interesting right now. The fact that there are cool characters, they have cool variants of them, like a Hero Loki, Phoenix Cyclops is dope, Shuri Black Panther, and a bunch of characters that have never been in a fighting game before. I think that is the huge appeal of this game. However, I think what will kill this game is the lack of the bridge. Like, there's a bridge that you're gonna have to cross, and the bridge is janky. Like, imagine this. On this side, you got the casual players, and then on that side of the bridge, you got the dedicated, fighting game fanatics. Now, in the middle of this bridge, it's like fucked up, but if you're like a ninja and you've done training, you can very well like navigate and do the things you need to do to cross this bridge. Up until this point, the bridge is pretty well taken care of. Like, it's nice, polished, everything's even, and then it's like somebody in the architect just switched up the team and fucked it up, and in the middle of it is like a damn ninja trial training thing that you will get injured from. And then on the opposite side of that is the smooth bridge. Everything makes sense again on that side. So like, that's the problem with this game, because like in the middle you got people who are like just trying to have fun, get on, and they get absolutely dog walked. Like, you can't even touch a button on this game, and it's like, well, I didn't load this up to watch a whole 60-second combo of me just like, that's the one thing that's the one thing I think, maybe if this game had maybe a one of interrupter when you're getting hit, like a one chance to just, you're already in mid combo, and maybe it takes away your whole super meter, or maybe it takes away both your assist meter and your assist meter and your EX gauge, to just get them off of you one time, maybe in the match or maybe around, but it'll leave you vulnerable. Obviously it's a bad caveat, but that's the one thing I think that will cook a lot of players, because yeah, it's cool, everybody likes hitting a button and like seeing cool shit pop up on the screen, great, but when you get to the point of, all right, you're gonna put me down now, to immediately a mix up to where you're holding down back means nothing, so it feels like you did literally nothing. It literally feels like you did nothing, but you're blocking and you still get hit. Combo continues another 60 seconds. I think if there was, and they have it in this game, they do, but if you had it to where you could maybe make a mini game of reacting to super oppressive situations and make that fun and make that relatable and translatable, then people can take that from that mode and then put it in their actual gameplay. I think that'll bridge a gap, because like, you know, that's the only thing like about this game. It's really oppressive. It can get like, bro, I can't do anything feeling, but that's never the case. You just don't have the you know, information to stop what's happening to you on the screen. But yeah, that's the video. I have been loving this game. I am a fighting game fanatic though, so you know, it's kind of biased there. But if you've been playing Marvel Tokon, let me know what characters or team you've been running, and if you got a tip that helped you improve, throw it down in the comment section too, because we're all finding this game out together, and I would love to learn and talk about it as well, even in the next video or in the comment section. So peace, love, and laughter, everybody. Take care.